Hello and welcome back. Hi,
Hi.
Sid. Hi. Okay, today's lesson is lesson number 7, entitled I See Only the Past. And I'm gonna read this one. This idea is particularly difficult to believe at first, yet it is the rationale for all of the preceding ones. It is the reason why nothing that you see means anything. It is the reason why you have given everything you see all the meaning that it has for you. It is the reason why you do not understand anything you see. It is the reason why your thoughts do not mean anything and are like the things you see. It is the reason why you are never upset for the reason you think. And it is the reason why you are upset because you see something that is not there. Old ideas about time are very hard to change because everything you believe is rooted in time and depends on your not learning these new ideas about it. Yet that is precisely why you need new ideas about time. Do we want to stop there for a second? This idea, this truth that everything we believe is rooted in time. So everything that we see and everything that we judge it for or as our opinions about anything, what anything stands for, is based on the past, our past education, again, and our past experience with something, right? And so I try to think of it as like we're constantly grabbing our past understanding and pulling it along with us and as a veil over our perception, so that when I see anything, I'm immediately trying to assess what it is. Do I want it? I don't want it. It's good for me. It's bad for me. I like them. I don't like them, based on my past experiences. So I'm actually never present now to know what anything is for, because I'm constantly, again, just using my past filter to inform me. So the past is informing me in this now moment. And so I'm never experiencing the now moment.
Can I add to that? Thank
I
you.
would love that.
That's maybe we should include some practical examples of how this works. Yeah.
You want me, paragraph 3 kind of does that. Do you want me to?
I'm just going to share something that I did write about. It was one of my earliest recollections as a baby, and I would have been a baby. Was something that, it was an experience I had, and I interpreted it at the age of 2 or so, around about 2 years old. I interpreted a visit from my uncle,
The bearded man.
the bearded man, jet black hair, dark skin, huge, big, bushy black beard. And I interpreted that as very traumatic. How crazy is that, right? He came as on a surprise visit to give me a gift that's was supposed to be uplifting, inspiring, happy, joyful.
Right.
And I just bawled my eyes out. I was inconsolable for hours after that. So, what happened there was that as I grew up, in my teens particularly, I remember avoiding all men with black bushy beards. They were not to be trusted, So there's a practical example I'm talking about how we drag the past. And I was only about 2. We drag our past and then we project that over people, over situations, over things, over the world. So we don't see it right here and now. So our heart is closed. Yeah.
So all trauma, right, creates some reaction in us, a really impenetrable filter until we see what we're doing that will never experience the present moment and our brother as they are, well, that's still running, right? In our unconscious or subconscious, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I keep thinking of like post-traumatic stress disorder. Boy, you know, just the most neutral event can cause somebody to go spiraling into contraction.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you, sis.
Thank you.
Oh, so paragraph 3. This first time idea is really not so strange as it sounds at first. Look at a cup, for example. Do you see the cup? Or are you merely reviewing your past experiences of picking up a cup, being thirsty, drinking from a cup?
Sorry, I'm being naughty here. Look,
That's okay.
look, I found a cup.
Oh, that is such
Okay,
great.
just
Everybody,
in
that's
case.
Nook's go-to teacup. That is the only cup that she will drink from.
I've had this for 13, 14 years, something like that. Yeah.
It hasn't cracked.
So that's a cup. We're looking at a cup, right?
Hmm.
What Coreen's reading there.
Yes.
And from this angle, look. Okay.
Mhm.
Did you say that cup's empty? Yeah.
Yes.
It's isn't it? But look, let's turn it around.
Hmm. Oh, right.
What's it say?
Comfort, enjoy.
Mm. It's not really a cup, see?
No.
Sorry.
Comfort and enjoyment. That's right.
Yeah.
So, do you see the cup, or are you merely reviewing your past experiences of picking one up, being thirsty, drinking from a cup, feeling the rim of a cup against your lips, having breakfast, and so on? Are not your aesthetic reactions to the cup too based on past experiences? How else would you know whether or not this kind of cup will break if you drop it? What do you know about this cup except what you learned in the past? You would have no idea what this cup is except for the past. Do you then really see it? Yeah, that's that thought about being dropped into the world, having no past experience. You would just be in complete awe and wonder and what? No, no relativity, no place to start from. Overwhelming. Look about you. This is equally true of whatever you look at. Acknowledge this by applying the idea for today indiscriminately to whatever catches your eye. For example, I see only the past in this pencil. I see only the past in this shoe. I see only the past in this hand. I see only the past in that body or this body. I see only the past in that face. Do not linger over any one thing in particular, but remember to omit nothing specifically. Glance briefly at each glance briefly at each subject, and then move on to the next. 3 or 4 practice periods, each to last a minute or so, will be enough.
I really feel this for me anyway, remembering the past, forgive me, but I'm offering it to Holy Spirit here, is to use on our behalf, is I remember this lesson and the next 2 when I first began them. I remember then realizing ever so slightly, but at least it came into my mind, that these lessons were teaching me how to begin to neutralize everything that I was seeing. I remember that and being stunned by that feeling. Yeah. Oh
Yes.
my God, everything is neutral.
Everything.
Right. Everything is neutral.
Yes.
So if I, meaning the ego filter, give meaning to everything, then I'm certainly never going to see what Holy Spirit wants me to see.
Right. So our definitions make it impossible for Holy Spirit to inform us of what's really going on.
Yeah, because, you know, we're so sure we know.
Mhm. Yeah.
We know what everything is. We
Mhm.
know what everything is for,
Right.
right?
Right.
Okay. And then we go so far as to say, I know who I am.
That's right. Notice whenever we're threatened and we want to justify ourselves or our position, where do we have to go to? The past.
Mhm.
Well, I've had this experience before, or I'm a grad PhD and said blah, blah, blah. It's like all self-justification to prove that we know something comes from the illusory past. Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I hope this is not premature to say this,
Hmm.
but at least maybe just introduce this idea, is all the laws of the world as we know them, even physics, science, physiological laws, biological laws, nutritional laws,
Mhm.
medical laws, they're all based on the past, right?
Right. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So they're all going to come up to be neutralized. They have to be.
That is so good, because what do you have to do before you go into any medical office? You have to give them your medical history. They're going to ask you what your birth date is to figure out where you are on the timeline, to place you in what, medical laws. And then you're going to find out, well, what's your mother got? What's your father got? What's your history? Wow. Without that, would they know what anything is for? Certainly not.
No.
Good point, sis. I like
That's
that.
good.
Thank
It
you.
just stretches the mind, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what we're here to do, to stretch these lessons out. Let's pack them out. Yes, thank you. Anything else you think we should mention before we
No, I think that's good.
collapse time and make it tomorrow and do lesson 8? All right. Thank you, everybody. Lesson number 7. I see only the past. We're going to do 3 or 4 practice periods for a whole minute or so. That should be enough. Thank you.
Thank you.